Radio, your adult contemporary in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. South Chiefs confident proposed delimitation of vast constituencies to enhanced development in rural Zambia. UPND Secretary General cautions his party cadres on unauthorized sentiments over ECL's death. And Trump says US-China deal is done. This bulletin is live on our Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. Traditional leaders in southern province have expressed confidence that the proposed delimitation of vast constituencies will enhance development in rural areas by accelerating the provision of critical essential services in health, education, water and sanitation sectors, as well as improving deplorable road networks. Chairperson for the Southern Province Council of Chiefs, His Royal Highness Chief Nalubamba, has stated that the delimitation exercise could improve service delivery, particularly that the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund CDF is enabling more communities to decide their own development needs. Chief Nalubamba was speaking on behalf of the traditional leaders in the province during the Provincial Chiefs Consultative Meeting held at Fairmount Hotel in Livingstone. The meeting, aimed at discussing issues of development, was attended by Ministry of Local Government and Road Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Mr. Nicholas Peary. Chief Nalubamba said it is critical to embrace the delimitation process because some communities are faced with challenges of inadequate access to essential services in health, water and sanitation due to vast geographic coverage and increasing population in several constituencies. He said one of the measures in addressing such challenges is for the country to support the delimitation process of vast constituencies in order to accelerate delivery of development closer to the people, improving access to essential services and fostering inclusive growth. He said the effective utilization of CDF in rural areas is resulting in many lives being uplifted by accessing clean drinking water, reducing long distances in accessing health or education services, while deplorable infrastructure like feeder roads being upgraded.
We appreciate, I think, your effort as a ministry, your effort as government, led by the head of state, the president, in terms of looking at issues around the chiefs. And also, I think on our part as chiefs, we also indicate to government that we are open to partnering with government for things that are mutually beneficial to our chiefdoms and our people, because we serve the same people with government as well as us as royal establishment. So we're open to mutually beneficial partnerships with government, because government is the engine for development in this country. It's the biggest way you can get development to come in rural areas, as we have seen through CDF, what CDF can do in chiefdoms. So we'll await the positive results from the constitution-making process and see how it will positively impact on the lives of the people in our different chiefdoms, because, as you said, delimitation to help having more money within particular localities, because the very vast constituencies are going to be cut into more constituencies, which means that more money will go into a particular area and then trickle down into changing lives of individual villages.
In his submission, the Permanent Secretary Nicholas Peary reaffirmed the government's continued desire to collaborate with chiefs as they serve as a link between the government and the people in chiefdoms. Mr. Peary said traditional leaders across the country are vital community leaders who should influence community participation in government activities, initiatives, citing rather the ongoing decentralization agenda through CDF. The permanent secretary, however, implored the tradition leaders to help address and resolve the increasing numbers of chiefdom boundary disputes and succession disputes in the province. He said the government is concerned with the negative impact which chiefdom boundary wrangles have had on development, thereby hindering communities to participate in national developmental matters. Meanwhile, the permanent secretary handed more than 30 motorbikes to the traditional leaders in southern province. The motorbikes, recently procured using CDF, would empower the traditional leaders in mobility as well as improving the efficiency of local governance.
Again, when we propose the limitation, others that see everything in politics said, you are politicking. If you want, why don't you increase the amount of money? Now, it is not just the amount of money. There are practical challenges that are facing the implementation of CDF. Some of our officers moving in the same constituents, they have to go and spend 2 nights in order to monitor projects, to do appraisal of projects, because of the distances involved. They cannot make a one-leg trip, go car to access certain areas. Some of our people, our citizens, even to find where the WDC, the World Development Committee office is extremely difficult. Masena, so the delimitation exercise is meant to reduce the transaction costs.
Police in Lusaka have detained a man identified as Maybin Mulie, age 37, of Kamala South in connection to a suspected murder case as investigations in the matter continue. Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga has disclosed the development to 5FM News, indicating that Kabwata Police Station, through Maxwell Sibongo Police Post, received a report of a suspected murder yesterday, June 10, 2025, at 23:30 hours, which was made by Constable Mufune of UTH Police Post, who reported on behalf of the state. Mr. Hamonga disclosed that, according to the suspect, Maybin Mulie took to the UTH police post a brought-in dead BID body of a female he identified as his girlfriend, Sipiwe Nyirenda, whose age and residential address remain unknown. The suspect claimed she had died after ingesting a poisonous named insecticide. However, police officers at UTH police post were not convinced with the explanation given by the boyfriend. The officers, however, advised that the matter be formally reported to Maxwell Sibongo police post before the body could be deposited in the mortuary.
Kawata Police Station through Maxwell Sibongo Police Post received a report of a suspected murder yesterday, the 10th of June, 2025 at 23:30 hours. The report was made by Constable Mfune of UTH Police Post, who reported on behalf of the state. According to the report, a male identified as Mebin Mulie, age 37, of Kamala South, took to the police post a brought-in dead body of a female he identified as his girlfriend, Piwe Nyorenda, whose age and residential address remains unknown. He claimed she had died after ingesting a poisonous named insecticide. However, police officers at UTH Police Post were not convinced with the explanation given by the boyfriend. They accordingly advised that the matter be formally reported at Maxwell Sibongo Police Post before the body could be deposited in the mortuary. Preliminary facts indicate that the deceased and the suspect had only known each other for 6 days and had begun cohabiting. The suspect stated that he did not know her place of residence nor any of her relatives.
The United Party for National Development (UPND) is concerned with escalating unauthorized issuance of statements regarding the demise of the former 60th Republican President Edgar Chagwa Lungu by its party cadres. The ruling party therefore cautions its members across the country not to issue any statement without the approval from the office of the Secretary General of the party. Party Secretary General Batuke Menda has stated the need for party members to exercise restraint in making remarks on the death of the former head of state by conducting themselves in a sober, solemn manner, as well as preach peace and unity in this national mourning period. Mr. Imenda has guided that all statements and information regarding the mourning period from the governing party shall only come from his office, while the position of the government will be issued by Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, and the Chief Government Spokesperson, Mr. Cornelius Mwetwa. Kafua Town Council is scheduled to install speed humps along the road of Shikoswe Primary School in Shikoswe Ward. This comes in response to community complaints about excessive speeding by motorists in the area, which poses a risk to the pupils and pedestrians around the school. A team of council officers led by Shikoswe Ward Councillor Luvias Mwalikopo Maya, who is also deputy council chairperson, inspected the road today to determine where the speed humps will be placed. Mr. Maya expressed concern over the behavior of some motorists in the area who are in the habit of overspeeding, thereby causing deaths of innocent pedestrians. He stated that too many innocent lives have been lost in the township due to overspeeding and lack of speed humps, hence the need to change the narrative immediately. The deputy council chairperson elaborated that following the introduction of free education by the New Dawn government, the number of pupils at Shikoswe Primary School has risen drastically, and that to help protect the lives of these pupils, Kafue Town Council is now in the works of erecting speed humps in the area.
So as we are at Shikoswe Primary School and Shikoswe Secondary School, where we are trying to put the humps so that because our children this time, they have your pupils, the number has really increased because of this free education. As you know that Shikoswe School and where the school ground is just opposite to each other, and most of our children, our pupils, they cross the same road. So hence we are, as Kafue Town Council, we are putting these humps along this road so that we have a speed limit so that we have the safety for our people. So the people of Chikoswe, we are encouraging you to observe these road rules so that at the end of the day we have safety of our people. I thank you.
And in other news trending this evening, the National Biosafety Authority (NBA) has called on the general public to make use of its open day, scheduled for Friday, 13th June 2025, to acquaint themselves with knowledge on biosafety and biotechnology and applied science that focuses on the use of gene to solve human challenges. The Zambia Road Trust, an organization championing road safety in the country, has called for serious investment in human resource at the Road Traffic and Safety Agency RATSA and Zambia Police Traffic Division if Zambia is to seriously address escalating road traffic accidents. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The National Health Insurance Management Authority (NIMA), in partnership with EcoBank, has launched a new digital payment platform designed to provide a reliable, convenient, and secure gateway for contributions and payments into the National Health Insurance Fund. Speaking at the official launch of the NIMA EcoBank SmartPay platform this morning, NIMA Director General Mr. Michael Njapau has reaffirmed the authority's commitment to ensuring that all eligible Zambians have access to quality health care, regardless of their economic status. Mr. Njapau states that in working towards the authority's mandate, NIMA continues to build partnerships with key stakeholders across the healthcare value chain.
And for NIMA, this is one of the vehicles at our expediency to drive the universal health coverage agenda and also achieve a more inclusive digital future for health service delivery in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, NIMA's mandate is to ensure that all eligible Zambians have access to quality healthcare services wherever they are, regardless of their economic status. To achieve this, we must constantly innovate, streamline our systems and form strategic partnerships that bring value to our members.
At the same event, EcoBank Managing Director Ms. Aina Moore has described the launch as more than just collaboration. Ms. Moore emphasizes that it is not just about a partnership, it is about progress. She adds that the NIMA EcoBank Smart Pay platform ensures that every Zambian, whether a worker, entrepreneur, or retiree, can fulfill their healthcare obligations with ease and confidence.
It's my pleasure to be here today to celebrate this landmark moment, the launch of the partnership between EcoBank and NIMA. This collaboration marks a very significant step forward towards us providing accessible, efficient, and seamless healthcare payments for all Zambians. At EcoBank, we believe in innovation, inclusion, and empowerment. Today, we are here to reaffirm that commitment by introducing our integrated solution with NIMA Enterprise Resource Management, which is available across all our digital and physical channels. The tailored product for our product that we use to serve our corporate and SME clients is called OmniPlus. It's an advanced internet banking platform. It is secure, it is efficient, and it's a convenient channel through which employers can remit their NIMA contributions. We've just
Ends the business news, and in foreign news, US President Donald Trump has said a deal with China is done after 2 days of talks between top officials in London. Trump said that, subject to final approval from President Xi Jinping and himself, the US will get the rare earth metals it needs, while Chinese students can take up their places at American colleges. Earlier, the US and China said they had agreed in principle a framework for de escalating trade tensions between the world's two biggest economies. Last month, Washington and Beijing agreed a temporary truce over trade tariffs, but each country has since accused the other of breaching the deal. And in sports news, young Copper Queens assistant coach Charity Ntala has named a 30-member provision squad for the COSAFA Under-20 Women's Championship, which will be held as part of the Region 5 Games in Windhoek, Namibia, from 4 to 13 July 2025. Ntala will lead the reigning champions in the absence of head coach Florence Mwila, who will be away attending the final phase of her CAF A coaching license course in Liberia. The young Copper Queens have been placed in Group B alongside South Africa, Eswatini, and Angola, forming one of two pools in the competition. Group A includes host Namibia, Mozambique, and Botswana, with the top two teams from each group progressing to the semi-finals. And now the weather. A strong westerly airflow is affecting the western and southern provinces, leading to significant reduction in night temperatures. The rest of the country continues to be under the influence of a strong, cool, and relatively moist airflow from the southeast, leading to windy conditions and a reduction in temperatures. Northwestern Copperbelt, Luapula, northern Muchinga, eastern Lusaka, and central provinces mainly clear skies, windy at times and mild to cool, tending to be cold towards dawn. Western and southern provinces, few clouds, windy at times, and cool to cold. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Traditional leaders in southern province have expressed confidence that the proposed delimitation of vast constituencies will enhance development in rural areas by accelerating the provision of critical essential services in health, education, water, and sanitation sectors, as well as improving deplorable road networks. The United Party for National Development (UPND) is concerned with escalating unauthorized issuance of statements regarding the demise of the former 60th Republican President Edgar Chagwa Lungu by its cadres. And finally, US President Donald Trump has said the deal with China is done after 2 days of talks between top officials in London. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Hour of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.